football. Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Utah State lined up, ready to deliver the opening kickoff. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. So the Utah Utes offense will have the opening possession of the game. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred, because it's a rivalry game, but keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Sends it back in motion. Looking to pass. It's Russo. Buying some time. Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the first down.
I love when QBs break the pocket and still look to attack. Because as soon as you break the pocket, I'm thinking, oh, man, he's going to take off and run, and I might come up. But those big plays can be made down the field. Nice job by the quarterback keeping his eyes down the field.
They're lining up on 1st and 10 from the 38. This is a designed run.
Man, that quarterback can go. Just another guy in another system all across college football. All quarterbacks nowadays, they got so much speed, it's ridiculous.
Man, I'm telling you, that has to be exhausting for the defensive lineman trying to chase down guys like that. It's turning it on. Makes the tackle right at the 21-yard line. Pick up a 10 on the play, and his offense is threatening with a first down. The Utes come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Still looking on the move. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Here's the handoff. Maybe a 3-yard pickup there. 3rd and long coming up.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
On that 3rd down, they took a shot in the end zone, just couldn't connect. QB and receiver not on the same page, and now it's decision time if you're the head coach on 4th.
It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. And the first points of the day come on that field goal. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. Looks like he's going to try to return it. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So Utah State's offense has the ball for the first time. And this might be a real challenge for this quarterback because that corner, David, can take away an entire half of the field.
Yeah, and that's the bright part of this defense. Like you know out wide exactly what you're getting week in and week out. And it is top flight, like one of the best in the country at your spot. So interested to see how this passing attack works while avoiding that guy, because I'm not going after him, Palmer.
Well, I don't think this quarterback has seen a secondary built like this. He definitely hasn't seen a corner with this guy's ability. And so if he is going to try him, he better have really good timing. He better be very accurate. He better not be late throwing out-breaking routes because this dude will pick him off and take it to the house.
Bringing the heat. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And how do you counteract all the speed you have in college football? You chase the quarterback and the skill position guys with faster guys. You bring in more DBs. You bring him down the block.
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
Well, he's off to an awesome start this season. Had a sack in their last game. Gets his first sack right now. I think he has a chance to be a huge focal point in this defense moving forward. But let's just worry about what's happening now. This offense has to find a way to slow him down.
Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. The Utah offense returns
did they get in there and make that tackle for a loss. If you blinked, you missed it. Nice job by the defense, getting penetration, everybody up near the line of scrimmage, shooting the gaps quick, getting in the backfield, getting the guy on the ground.
Looking to throw, it's Russo. Out of the backfield, he's open. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. And the Utes have pushed it inside the 20. Power football with the run. Picked up maybe a yard. It's down at the 16. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. They'll move the tight end. From the gun, the running back has it. Doing damage on the ground as he runs it down to the 11-yard line.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to throw.
He stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it first and goal from the 1. The Utes are flying down the field. They'll try to pound their way in. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Utah! The offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of a great field position.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Utah State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Wants to throw on first down. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly. Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with second and 10. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Flushed out of the pocket. And the rush will get to him at the 25. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And he feels the heat coming in and burns him up. Another sack.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Utah has it back on the offense coming onto the field. They built a quick double-digit lead now to try to get this offense really humming. Good field position here as they start this drive from their 43. Under fire. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Finds his man down the middle. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. First down for this offense. Gets the back moving. To the air, it's Russo. Here's the pressure. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong. The emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight, and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games. Not just just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
And watch the offensive line here. They all block run. Because they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right read, gets a nice positive game.
Here's a Heat. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Motion from the wideout. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Makes the grab on the left. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. I'm not sure this was ever a real decision. They'll go for it on 4th and inches. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Utes trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. Under fire. Dances away. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
Man, you got to give credit to this defense in the sudden change situation. They barely had a chance to even blink. Just a second ago, they were on the sideline. All of a sudden, there's a turnover. They got to take the field. They're on their own goal line, and a phenomenal job getting lined up, communicating, and making sure that that pass play fell incomplete.
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Utes! No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Quarterback on the keeper. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Utah State up-tempo.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Utah has the lead here. And they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Picked off inside the 20, and they snuff out the threat. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. They'll move the wide receiver. To the air, it's Perkins. Finds his big tight end. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 for the first down. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open because you got
nothing but green grass down the middle. The 20. He's at the touchdown, Utah. He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
quarterback's His abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Guys, the Utah State offense about to give it another go. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
And it is well blocked as they pick up enough for a first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Defense in press coverage. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wants to throw again. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Can't get him to the ground. Brought down just short of the sticks on the screen pass.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Off play action. Looking deep down the right side. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third. Offense about to reel off its 7th play of the drive. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He's going to fire deep. Grabs it at the 25 in stride. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far. It's starting to get things moving. It's 1st and 10. It's caught. Touchdown, Aggies. Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And he's going to bring this one out. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Utah has it back, and the offense coming onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Looking downfield, it's Russo. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
I know that one falls incomplete, but I love the idea of finding ways to get this running back the ball, right? You can hand it off to him. He's got really good hands. Already has a few catches in this game. I think you keep trying to leak him out of the backfield and let him take advantage of this defense throwing the ball.
He's got an open man. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down.
And that is a backbreaker if you're the defense, because you've done your job up to that point. You've set up the offense in 3rd and very long. You know they're going to throw it. You cannot allow a guy to get open that deep down the field for an explosive play, somebody's going to have to answer for that when they get to the sideline.
And he's brought down after a nice game. The Utes have this offense rolling. Looking to throw on first down. And the catch along the sideline will come up a little short of the first down. That last completion sets him up on second down. Back to pass. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Flicks it out of the air. Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that play.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. To the air, it's Perkins. Here comes the heat. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
Well, the defense, they're smelling blood in the water now. Of course, they've already knocked the starting quarterback out of this game. And now with the backup in, they're bringing more pressure. It almost looks like they're more excited to get after him. This is just a very excited, very emotional defense right now.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. And that might be the edge of his range, but he had just enough. And that will extend their lead even further.
And not to be the old guys in the booth, but we are the old guys in the booth. Man, 50-yard field goals used to be really, really hard. Kickers nowadays, man, they are making it look so much easier, and he does right there.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He'll take the deep shot. Hauls in the deep ball. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44. Utah State up-tempo. Looking downfield on first down. He finds a dead spot in the middle. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Looking to fire. Got the back over the middle. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down. And the Aggies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? The Aggies in a good spot here with second and short. Keeps it on the bootleg, looking to throw. Got his man to the left. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. And the Aggies didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. The offense will quickly use a timeout. From the 17-yard line, it's first and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Humphries. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down. They're dealing with a second and long. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Well, he couldn't find any running room at all, and he'll end up taking a loss on the play.
Yeah, great discipline on defense, too, because if you're going to stop the option, you have to play assignment football. Everybody doing their job. There was just nowhere to go there for the QB.
And on fourth down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. And the holder will put it down on the left hash, a 34-yard attempt coming. Never a doubt.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Looks like he's going to bring it out. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
Just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You have got to be so smart if you're going to be aggressive with your decision-making.
Wants to throw. It's Perkins. Flips it out to the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Just enough time to get off one more snap. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He lets one fly deep. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He'll try to take it back. Just broke the tackle and still on his feet. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together. And a fun first half between these rivals. And this has just been a passing clinic, really, by both offenses. They've effectively stretched these defenses, forcing the secondaries to cover every blade of grass, and they've still racked up big plays. Man or zone, pick your poison, or lay some blame at the feet of those pass rushers who can't do anything against the maulers on that offensive line.
And the returner goes down.
That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
They'll open the second half on the ground. Tackle is made at the 22, but a nice 10-yard pickup there. Utah State up-tempo.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
Bought a little time, lets it go. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Working well behind the sticks on second down. The play action fake. Pocket breaking down. And the Heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line.
And this defense is just simply not playing around. They've got a big lead, and they're not playing big prevent coverages, bend, don't break. They're just going to let this offense dink and dunk the ball down the field and waste time. Third play of the drive, they get a sack. They're staying aggressive, and they're getting...
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. He's got it for a big play. And I wasn't sure they were going to be able to catch him. They finally did, but they gave up a huge play. This offense capable of exploding at any moment. Now they're set up inside the 30 with a 1st and 10. Oh, he's got some space. Oh, he got loose. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave them a little bit of everything on that one. 1st and goal and a touchdown here really gives them momentum. Trying to pound their way in. And this was just a low man wins battle right on the doorstep of the goal line, and the defense comes up with the stop. Tries again to get it in. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. Give to the running back. Cross the 30 to the 35, and that's a gain of 6.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
And the Utes can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Now, that's a really nice job by this defense maintaining outside leverage and knocking him down behind the line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now on third down for this offense. Wide receiver comes in motion. Back to throw, it's Perkins. Makes the catch. And he gets it done on third down. They move the chains and they'll mark it at the 44. The Utes will snap it on 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got it.
There he goes. They make the stop at the 41, but it's a 15-yard pickup, and they're rolling with a 1st down. And the Utes are rolling down the field. Wants to throw on 1st down. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended?
Oh, it's a fumble. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. They'll leave it with him. Got the 1st down and more. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. Utah State up-tempo.
And after giving up a long run defensively, they don't have a chance to substitute now. They've got to get ready to go because the offense is going tempo.
Right back to the well.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Firing to the right, complete. At the 20, he's got space. He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can smell the touchdown from here. Pulls and fires complete. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Wants to go up top. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Utah State. A Lazarus-like comeback is underway.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Utah has it back on the offense coming onto the field. This time they need to take care of the ball and maybe extend this lead, David.
And I think you got to look at the positive reason. You still got the lead. Now take care of the football. Put a nice drive together, Jesse. You don't have to stress. We're still winning.
I feel like they think that player for player, they're the better unit on the field right now. And they just got to make more plays.
Looking to throw, it's Perkins. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the left. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. Looking for a huge play. He's got it inside the 30.
defense. I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Looking downfield on first down. It's complete on the right side. And they pick up just a few on that completion. So now it's second and long. Quarterback making checks. Going to sling it on second down. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. Here they come, facing third and long from the 20. Gonna look downfield again. He's got him. Breaks into the open. Picks up enough to give them first and 10 from the 13. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Back to pass. Pressure coming. He caught it. And that completion good for a short game, but they still have some work to do to pick up the first down.
Well, a great job making the tackle there. Now setting up third down in your own red zone. This is a stop you have to come up with. You want to give up field goals in this area of the field, not touchdowns.
They'll try to sneak it.
Well, and he gets stuffed on that QB sneak. He's just not doing a really good job of reading the crease and finding a little space to kind of tuck into and drive his feet. He's just running himself into a wall, Dave.
Well, and how about the big boys up front? Make a crease. Push somebody back. Create some space. There was nowhere to go.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Running with the fullback. No question they wanted to get the ball to their playmakers, and both receivers have come up big through three. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. They'll keep it on the ground looking for the end zone. And again, he gets nothing. This defense is not giving up anything on the goal line. After getting nothing on the last play, will they try to throw it into the end zone on third down? This quarterback part of their running game. Touchdown, Utes! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There are a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away, count on your defense, not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done. And now with that touchdown late, they've got a 2-possession lead.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Utah State sending its offense back onto the field. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little... Turning it on! Running through contact. And that one looked as if it might go all the way, but they picked up more than 40 yards before the touchdown-saving tackle.
And how about the running back, man? Rips off a big play. This offense creates some momentum, and what do? They keep their foot on the gas right back on the football to try to keep this offense rolling.
Finds a crease at the 20. And a nice pickup on the run and gets down to avoid contact. Utah State up-tempo. He'll pull it on the read. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Second down, he'll throw it. He wants it all. And it's incomplete as he was trying to make the play in the back corner of the end zone.
Well, the quarterback was really being safe with that throw, trying to put it in an area where only his guy can make the catch down the boundary there in the end zone. Just threw it a little too far outside.
From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Stop about 3 yards short of the first down. So here we are on fourth down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Nestled just inside that right upright. This is now a 7-point game. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Fresno State dug down deep and found a way to secure a coveted road win. And who knows how the pundits will view this one, but I'll tell you this. It sure beats trying to explain a bad loss. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still two quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. It seems so inviting to try to get the ball outside, but this defense is so fast you just end up running sideways.
And when you don't have any misdirection or something else to look at before you pitch that ball on the perimeter, a lot of times those guys can play even faster. They can see it right now. Those safeties fly up, those corners fly up, outside backers fly up, and get in the play immediately.
They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. This is the kind of performance, guys, that sort of etches your name in the lore of a rivalry.
And playing big in this big moment, on this big stage, it is so nice to have a playmaker like that you can highlight, that you can focus on, that you can trust in.
He was so excited coming into this game, too, because he knows that oftentimes your legacy as a player is defined by how you play in rivalry games like this.
And this situation here on second down is the exact situation this offense wanted to stay out of. You got the lead late in the ball game. You want to get positive yards, keep that clock ticking. Now in the situation, it's interesting. Do they want to throw the football? How much do they trust their quarterback not to make a mistake here late in the football game with the lead?
The Utes come to the line on third and short, looking to keep the drive moving. On third and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. Gets it out fast. Third down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And the Utes are on the move. Smart move to keep it on the ground. Across the 25, he's got room. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
Well, this offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Boy, it was like the defender heard the play call. He was ready for that one.
And one of the things is diagnose and go get it. They saw it and they went and got it. They were not letting that ball go to the wide side of the field.
Back to pass, it's Perkins. Oh, they're after him. Oh, and he dropped it. He had a touchdown right in his hands and couldn't hang on. It'll be fourth down. And now on fourth down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. It's good. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
You know, it's funny, in an age age where there's so many college football analytics and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down. At the end of the day, it still comes down to managing the game. Good decision by the head coach here in the fourth quarter. By kicking that field goal, you've now made it a two-possession game. Your chances of winning this thing have now gone way up.
Utah State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're...
Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. Utah State up-tempo. Clock stops and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. We'll see if they can get a little better protection after the sack at 2nd and 12. Off the play fake. Fires to the tight end. Made a defender miss. Oh, he's got some space. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line. To the air on first down. Rushes on him. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
Quarterback off target on that one. And in this 2-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in.
Always a welcome play from the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
I got to be honest, I'm a little surprised the offense is trying to go so fast here after giving up a huge loss on that sack. You'd think they'd want to just take a second, regroup before running this next play.
And this is going to be incomplete on third down.
Got to give this defense a lot of credit because even down to the last seconds in this football game, we're seeing outstanding effort. QB taking a shot down the middle of the field. There's a defender swatting it away. They have had this quarterback's number all game long, and that's why they're winning this game.
He's taking the deep shot. Intercepted deep in his own end. Looking for more room. The 40. At the 20. Touchdown, Utah. And what a turn of events as this defense gets the pick six. They push the lead out here in the fourth quarter and close to getting back on track and going 2-1.
Man, that could not have gone any worse. You're thinking fourth down, go for it. Well, even if you don't get it, you turn the ball back to their offense. Not that. You throw a pick, and they turn it back all the way for a touchdown and get points. That is a disaster for this offense.
And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the fourth. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Guys, the Utah State offense about to give it another go. Not a lot of hope here, down 3 possessions late.
Now, and I love this part as a pass rusher because I'm just pinning my ears back, getting to the quarterback. I know it's a pass every single time. Palmer, I'm trying to pad my stats. I'm sure you're just trying to stay up.
Well, we're definitely just trying to stay alive at this point, but you're also trying to build confidence, too, for your next opponent. If you can find some completions late in the game, even though it looks like you're going to lose it, it's all about building on the good things you do this week so that you're out executing at a higher level the next time.
Here's a throw downfield late. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the second down misfire. On third down, he drops to throw. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. Double time, hustling to the line to stop the clock. Backed up now. Here's second and long. Looking to fire. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down. Trying to pick up a first down. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be fourth down. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. On fourth down, they're taking to the air. Trying to get behind the defense. And it's incomplete. The long pass downfield they couldn't hook up. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run